Hey guys, it's Megan. I'm going to be doing part 2 of the DT guide here. And yeah, I'm just going to try to make it quick. I'm not going to go too in depth into things. I don't really care to. But I'll try to cover everything pretty much. And see the list I got going on here. So this is technically supposed to be post uh, town, I guess. Or tank, I mean. And I'll just, that will be mostly this, but I will cover a few more things before that, just because I think they're important to discuss. One is going to be temple, like three different things I want to discuss, and I'll describe it a little bit later, exactly what they're about. And yeah, that's the only thing, and I'll do one more thing. I think one more thing at Ting, if I'm thinking correctly. No, I think that's about it, just that. Yeah, so just that because I think it's important, and then I'll do everything about post town. This could be mostly basic stuff that I do, so I'm not gonna go too crazy with it. So yeah, let's just get into it. So first thing's gonna be temple. We got a new temple method. Well, not new. Well, it kind of is new, but pretty much if you have this is when if you have a decent team, you can try to go for this for faster temple time. It's pretty safe, and I'll just show you how to do that. So let's just go straight into it. So pretty much basic nades here are so first, yeah, let me just actually, I think you can see that. Alright. Yes, first thing is going to be the basic premise of this for 3637 temple, which is like the time you open up the doors, and exactly what you have to do for that. And then I'm going to discuss something completely different, which is a different way of throwing grenades. Well, actually, no, this is kind of the same thing. And then also this new concept that I'm kind of doing now. So I'll just get into it. So pretty much the nade session is you take your black nade, and it starts off as normal. You throw it here. Wait, I don't think you can see that. Oops, alright, let's do that again. So the same thing as normal. When you go here, just get through here, throw your grenade here. First grenade's always here. And then if you have a team, this is pretty normal discussion from the last video, you just grenade in the back. And the only difference is you want to stand here when you throw all your grenades. So you throw all your grenades from here. Except the only difference is once you get to your last one, as soon as, like, let's say you throw this one, you get to your last grenade. Once you get here, you want to go all the way to the back, and then you want a grenade in the back for your last grenade. And once you do that, you want to wait like a second or two. It doesn't really matter if you're here or not. The only thing is you want to walk to the back once you get to your last grenade. You can even throw it and then just walk away. But yeah, you go here, throw your last grenade, and then you want to run inside after that. You kind of want to time it for when your grenade blows up, so like you're running inside as your grenade is blowing up. So yeah, just do this. Throw your last grenades, throw all your grenades in the back, and you throw this, and then your last grenade go in the back. So a few things you could do here. The most easiest way, I think the most reliable way, is just kind of time your grenade, like wait a second or two here, and then you start running, and then kind of want to jump and go through there as your grenade is blowing up. And then you get through here and get to the door, and that's pretty safe if you have a decent. You need like at least 2 or 3 grenaders for people throwing grenades, or or the NPCs won't die they won't die in time, and you will probably die afterwards, after you open the temple door or that door over there, just because they'll keep spawning. Also make sure there's like no NPCs coming out, because that'll also mess that up. And but yeah, that's pretty much the basic premise. That will time everything, so you will be able to. NPCs will all die by like 36, 37, and also it's safe, I guess. It's faster. What else do I want to discuss here? Yeah, but that's pretty much that, I think. And I might show a clip of that. I'm not sure, but yeah. Oh yeah, the only thing you want to worry about is the NPC that's here or here. Sometimes you can kind of tell when he's gonna kill you or like aimbot you harder than normal. But worst case scenario, you could always shoot him. Let's say he's here, and then if he nades drops, you could always go here real quick and keep grenading normally. Or if he's here, do that and then move up here, grenade, so keep grenading normally. But other than that, that's pretty much what you do. It's a pretty basic technique, and also I would say that you can even do this just all the time, even when you're alone or with just one other person. just not jump that early. So let's say you do the same thing. You're like um, alone. You could do the same thing. Grenade, 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 and then just go to the back. And then you can, even if you don't want to preemptively run in, you could always just reload your while you're back here. Reload your RPG and then RPG as well. You should still be able to get 34 if you have good spawn time, you have good speed, and you're not going too slow on going up here or doing any of the steps. I would even suggest doing it if you're alone. Let's say I'm the only one playing. You know, do the same exact thing instead of running in. But if you're alone, don't run in. You know, preemptively. Just reload your RPG, shoot, and then you could probably run in. But that's pretty much like this concept here. Let me just show you an example of that. So this is I'm just gonna use videos instead of recording more. It's just easier. But we'll go in slow motion too, or actually we'll just go regular speed. We'll just pause if we need to. But it's pretty much the same thing we're discussing. You don't have to use duels either, but it's just the nades I was talking about. This is just without the dynamite first. The dynamite's last. But it's the same. It's very similar. Yeah, this is a good example. It's not the best example, just because let me go back. Just because the way I jumped was a little bit not the best, so I went around. I guess I jumped like that because of that, but you want to kind of just go in and then just go straight. Actually, do I have my epic pen still? I guess I'll do this. Yes, you kind of want to, run direct and then just run in. You don't have. I kind of took like a curve, which is a little bit dangerous because a grenade could kill me, but this is pretty safe even then. But that's pretty much a good example of that. Yep. And okay, so the next thing I want to discuss is nade session. So this is something I'm trying out now, or I'm kind of doing. It kind of seems to be working well, but the concept is normally you want to have a team, of course. Actually, it might work without a team too. But normally you would throw your black grenades or your NL nades here first. But what I'm doing now is I'm actually throwing the dynamite first, because it throws so quickly. So and pretty much what you want to do, you might have to die to show you, but so you're doing this part, you grenade here, and then kind of when you're here, you grenade as well. So you throw your your dynamites here, and then you do the same. Everything else is the same. Once you get to your last grenade, you throw in the back, and pretty much normally this. Let me suicide and respawn actually. Pretty much. Do I have this thing? Okay, cool. Pretty much your second black nade, which is I don't know what to call it in Portuguese, but it's this nade here in English, like the stronger grenade. The second grenade that you throw, let's say you do it normally like here, you can even go here, but with the black grenade, but you would go here and you go here, and you rely on your team to kind of clean it up. But if you do this, normally this second grenade is normally most of the time it's gonna do nothing, but it's like it cleans it up, so that the NPCs don't come out. But if you do this, your second grenade will be the useless one. So let's say go right here really quick. Oops. I'll just give a quick example, but pretty much it's better. And these throw so quickly, the dynamites throw so quickly that it's you'll actually, I think it'll be maybe quicker. But yeah, so you want to do this, and then you do the rest the same. That's pretty much an example. And yeah, just throw your grenade starting with your dynamite instead of the other one. Second thing is reverse nade. Actually, yeah, that was kind of the same thing. So reverse nade. So pretty much that's the one method, and I would pretty much use this all the time, unless you don't want to for whatever reason. But that's that as far as tempo. I'll show one more example with less people. But this is the second example, but it's interesting. The other thing I say about this is that when you actually, what was I gonna say? I don't even know. I was gonna say something. This guy being here is kind of sucks. Oh yeah, here you want a grenade in the back. I wouldn't recommend doing that, especially when you have less people. I would say just as you're once you're closer, you grenade here. You also don't want to grenade really here for your second grenade. If you're doing dynamite pack, for your first grenades, just because you'll grenade quicker if you're over here in this area. Actually, let me take a screenshot. Can I go back a little? Yes, you want a grenade here, and I'll take a screenshot. Oh, you can have both. Yes, you want a grenade here instead of like you want to throw your next grenade when you're here rather than here, because then you'll waste time walking over here and then grenading. And it's also more riskier to throw your second grenade in the back, just because unless you have a good team, it's probably fine. But it's probably just better do it here and just you secure clearing this first so they don't come out, and then you'll be stuck in the spawn kill over there. Alright, so actually one more thing I want to discuss in this part, which is something else you could do to get, you can get 37 temple, but it's a little bit riskier. I'll show you why. So it's pretty much the same thing. You know, I would just do the dynamite, but you could also do this grenade first. It's the same thing for the most part. I just like, oh yeah, I was gonna say I like the dynamite stuff better because it'll you have more control over, because you get more control over how fast they die, and then the nades that go in the back, instead of being your, you know, these nades, it's gonna be the black ones. So you have more control over like how they die. If not, you're relying more on your team. And what else I want to say? Oh yeah, so here, so one thing you can do, but it's a little bit riskier. So let's say I'll just throw the grenades here. Oh, you throw all your grenades normally. Do this, and then your last grenade's in the back. So once you get to you throw your last grenade, you could actually just instantly run, and you could actually just wait here if you wanted to, and you could actually you get 37 pretty consistently doing this. But the only thing is your team has to be on point, and also sometimes this one of the NPCs that come out, they'll actually come here if you're here. So you just gotta be, maybe you have your gun out and shoot him if he does that. So it makes it a little bit more tricky, but you could do that. It's pretty much the same thing, and you could get 37 just because you're closer instead of waiting. And you can, like, you know, go through first. Also, yeah, I actually want to discuss one more thing. For what you could also do is do the same thing here. But I think you have to use this grenade. I don't know why I'm discussing this, but I'll just do it anyway. So yeah, do the same thing. Wait, sorry. Oh, whatever. You know what I mean. You throw it in the back. And once you throw this grenade, and once you get to the last one, you just want to go straight to it. Actually, no, I guess you have to do the other one. Yeah, I'm not going to discuss that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. This is how I like to do B. Or just like D sites in general. This is always the first part. How I like to start it is I like to, once I get around here, I like to use RPG for this part. I'll pull out my RPG once I get around there, and then you pretty much just RPG here as you're walking, and you just run through. If you RPG here, you just run through. You'll take minimal damage, but you could also you know, kind of like peek in RPG, but it's faster if you just do it like this. And usually you won't even take damage if you do it correctly. So you just run in, shoot here, keep going. And I like to just throw my first grenade here for B site, and then I'll just run inside. Alright, so once you get here, there's 2 methods I'm going to show you. Okay, so yeah, there's 2 methods I'm going to show you pretty much. The one I'm doing now, you pretty much just run through here, you know, shoot these 2, and then what you want to do is you just want to shoot the one NPC here, and once you shoot that NPC, you want to take your grenade out and like move kind of like here, and then grenade here, and then you just want to, you know, do that, shoot this guy here. So if you're here, this NPC will move behind here, you know, shoot this NPC here, and then he'll nade drop, but if he does, it's okay, because you're safe here. You can always move up too. But pretty much the premise here is you want to grenade as soon as possible. So if you only shoot one NPC, it'll be the quickest. But also, let's say you grenade here, and this guy drops. So you just want to wait, and then go behind here, and then his drop will actually kill this NPC. And yeah, you only have to kill one NPC before your nade. It's just gonna be quicker. And then you just do everything the same. or you know how I do at least. You know, shoot these guys. These guys inside here will die, and then you want to time the grenade drops to when you can move, and then you just put to the second last part of the room, open it up. Here's an example of that. It's pretty basic. Yes, that's pretty much the premise. I could have probably done it slightly quicker, but also the two NPC things, I'll show a video of it, but pretty much you shoot these two, and then you nade, and yeah, you don't shoot the last one, so and he'll go behind, or he'll even stay here, but it's not a big deal. So yeah, you shoot these two. If there's drops, you know, you same thing. You wait, but yeah, you shoot these two, nade instantly. If there's drops, you wait, and then you instantly spawn them, and then do the same thing. You just save a little bit of time. I think the one NPC thing is like more difficult, but it's not that hard, to be honest. But it's just faster. It's something I'm doing now. If you do it correctly, you know, you'll be able to dodge nades, and, like pretty clean succession things, and then get to the end. I'll show you an example of that too. This is an example of a two-man B. Or the two killed B, I mean. So I just mistimed one of the nade, but I should have spawned them a little bit later. But other than that, that's pretty much you get the point. Also one thing with duels I was trying to start doing, which I'll show a quick video of it in a bit. I have actually done it once, but I have to get used to it. But the only times I died is because I shot too early. But pretty much what you can do is you can walk in. You have to have duels, right? Walk in, grenade the back, and then you take out duels, and then there's gonna be one NPC in your way, probably like here, and you want to shoot him with your duels, and then you want to run past here before your grenade blows up, which is pretty much just run through instantly, and then run into the last room and shoot these guys. Also, once you upload, they're not gonna follow you, but one NPC that can follow you is the NPC that's always here. So there's always like some spawn here, and there's always one here. This NPC always follows you if you don't kill him. You should kill him with a grenade, but it does waste time. But usually I just kill him after. But let's say you do the last method I was talking about, duels, and go in here. He probably will follow you unless your team helps. But one thing you can do to survive NPCs that come from behind is you want to stand on the laptop, and you want to like move your crouch or move a little bit, so that if you stand still, they shoot you more. But usually if you're on top of the laptop, they don't shoot you for some reason, or they'll shoot you. They probably won't shoot you. A lot less likelihood that they would. And yeah, that's pretty much all of B, I would say. And let's do. You should screenshot me successfully doing it one game. I just wanted to point out that NPCs that are over here and the NPCs you don't kill, they're not gonna follow you. Only the one outside will. So it's safe. I just wanted to put that out there. See, this is a 1402. I just tried to screenshot it because I wasn't recording. Do A really quick, I guess, while I'm here. And I want to show you an example. I'll edit some parts to put more examples. Other than that, I also want to do the temple thing. Okay, yeah. So let's do A. So A, and I'll show you an example of A after, and I'll do the temple thing. Alright. So A, the same thing. RPG here, and once I get here, pretty much you want a grenade in the back first. What I like to do at least, to save time. You grenade in the back, and then usually what you can do is like you kind of want to be in the middle almost when you grenade, because the way you aggro these NPCs, they will try to follow you once you like shoot or grenade. But for that reason, you want to kind of nade as late as possible, but not too late that you waste time. So usually around here I'll nade. So what you do is you can nade in the back, and you could just run through here. But what you also do is like kind of stay straight here, so they don't block your way when they start moving. Just kind of like nade and then move here, and then take your turn, and then you'll be able to move past them. And usually I'll just nade the ground or nade the side, so that grenade kills these. But it's not really necessary. And other thing you could do is I usually skip the grenade over there, which I used to do, but it's kind of a waste of time. But I'll nade up here from. I'll show you. Actually, let me show you. It's easier explaining. Okay. Yeah. So pretty much. Say I'm here. So around here, I'll grenade, and then I'll move a little bit. I'll stay here in the middle to like keep them aggro, to keep them in the middle. Let's go like this, and then you start moving to left. You can also maybe even do something like this, but try not to go straight to the left as soon as possible, because there's a good chance they'll move and then they'll block your way. But you can also, just instead of nading this at all, you could always shoot them, or you could just grenade and just run past them, and then even skip this part if you have a good team. But if you want to clear everything, yeah, so just grenade back, grenade, and you try to use your dynamite because it shoots quicker. And it also you can pull it out quicker too. But if you don't have a choice, you'll be wasting time anyways. But yeah, so nade in the back, nade here, and usually once I get to this part, I'll just jump through here and nade up here, and then I'll go to the end. You can skip this part or even skip this nade to save time if you have a good team. But for the most part, if you want to just clear everything, make it easy for your team, you can do that. And then the last part is pretty simple, right? You just nade here or whatever, and then you go to the end, upload here. Just go straight direct. I used to try to nade here to dodge these NPCs, but honestly, it just wastes too much time. I wouldn't recommend ever doing it. Just go straight to the end. But yeah, that's pretty much the A, and I'll show you an example of that. Actually, I might just pull a video. So this is the basic method I like to do. Is once you get here, say it's C site. Um, Pretty much, usually you go direct. I just throw the one grenade here, and then regularly, or like my normal C, I guess, you shoot this one NPC here, and then you just run past. What I like to do is I just like to run past through here, and ignore these guys. Just saves a little time, and I don't think it's really necessary. But then once you go through here, your grenade will blow up as you run through, so you'll be fine. And once you get here, normally you want to have your pistol out and just start shooting either this NPC here or any NPC that's in your way. It should just be one NPC. Sometimes there's none. And then everything else is pretty much the same as normal if you know how to play the game. Once you get through here, you just go through here, nade the back, and then nade over here. You wait for both your grenades to blow up, and then once the second one blows up, you should as you go through here, you'll be able to dodge that. But the only real difference from everyone else's C-side, everyone else, C-side it's normally done is that you would pretty much you skip these guys here, and you guys kind of just run direct. And the only thing else is just you do shoot this guy, because for some reason, if you shoot this guy, there's a less chance of you getting killed here, or aimbotted. And also, when you're over here, once you throw your two grenades, and there's these two NPCs, I like to just hug this wall a little bit, but not too much, kind of like hug it and unhug it. So they just seem to shoot you a lot less accurately, but they should be fine for the most part, as long as you didn't take any melee damage or something. And then, as your stun grenade's about to blow up, shoot these two, and then you run through. Pretty basic stuff. The C is not too crazy, but you kind of want to do it as fast as possible. And yeah, that's what I do. And there's one more method that I kind of started doing, but the only thing is that people do follow you C because they want to. It's easier to get through, but a lot of people die because I guess these NPCs boggle them or something. But and I guess they're not clear, so it'll take longer to get to the end. But for the most part, I don't think they really should be following it at C. They should just go B site. But it's not that big of a deal. But I think this time you save here and if your team can adapt, it's actually worth it. And there's one more method I want to discuss here. So everything's the same except, so let's say you go through here, you grenade. I would suggest you grenade earlier. So grenade here, and pretty much you just run, ignore this guy, keep running, and when you jump over, just make sure you don't jump through here, because if you're too close, you'll spawn these guys, which you kind of don't want to do. I'll show an example of that too. And then just run through, And then if you do this, because you can actually just run direct and you don't have to shoot anything, but you could always just shoot just in case. But you could just go through here, and maybe since this guy's here, you could just let him melee you. It's not a big deal. But for the most part, you can just run direct, and then you just run direct through here. And or if your timing isn't right, you could always just run around. You know, this pretty much everything's the same. But you can skip here; it'll save you even more time. And then, like, I guess if you're not gonna shoot at all, once you're here, you can just start cooking. Cooking your inning from here. So do here, run through here, run through here, and do the same. And it's even quicker than the other one. It's slightly quicker, but in my opinion, it's worth it. But I don't really do that. Most of the other one is just they're both pretty safe to do, honestly. But it's something you get used to because it's different from regular play. And I'll show you an example of those two. So that's A, B, C. Honestly, I think that's pretty much it. I'll discuss some basic things. I want to discuss one more thing at Temple. There's the first part of first method or whatever. I also like to throw that grenade there, but you don't have to do that. And it's the second example. Yeah, it's not bad. It's a bit of a white turn there, but that's pretty much that. Yeah, just here. When you do this jump, you kind of want to not go direct here. You kind of want to go like kind of here, so these don't spawn. But I was just kind of testing it to see if it was worth it, how much it's worth at least. And yeah, other than that though, pretty much that, and just go a little bit more direct, save a little more time. But yeah, it's pretty much that. Okay, the last thing I'll discuss. I mean, that's pretty much the end of the guide, but the thing I'll discuss too is that times. You kind of want to track your how efficient or how good you're doing based on time. I don't do it too often, but you really want to improve, or just care to track, how well you're doing in things, if you're going too slow or not. The only things I would really suggest, I mean, it's all depending on how much speed gear you have, but if you have the right gear and which is like the best gear, and you're doing things as quick as possible, you should be like fine. But some things you want to watch for is let's say like temple time, opening temple, double doors, which let's see, I could show really quick. Wait, what am I doing? I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, so opening double doors, which is like after you spawn the elites. Do you want to 36, 34 is like what you want to go for, or 36, 37 is even better with a team. But yeah, 34 is like the bare minimum. I feel like if it's anything less, like it's not the best run. For tank time, pretty much when you spawn the town, you want to be there like when you get the ammunition back / you spawn again after tank. When you enter town, you really want to be at least 1410, but anything above 1410 is better. 1413 should be like pretty good, and anything over that's like really good. And then for sites, let's see, A site, I would say A site 14, no wait, sorry, 1357 plus with 1410. So all these will be good 1410 on tank time if you want to track it. For B side, it's 13. It depends how you do B side, but 1352 plus with AR, with duels, I would say 1354 plus or 53 plus. I mean, I think it drops. It's 53/54. depending if there's drops or not. And 52 plus is with AR. With drops, you should get like 52 at least, maybe 53, 54. No, sorry, 52 with drops and 54, 53 probably with 53/54 without. That's if you do it perfect. It's harder with assault rifle to get that. Um, yeah, and that's if you have 1410 on tank. And also with the new method I was discussing for for B site with duels, you just rush the end. Depending on what time you get a tank, it's 1410. I say I forgot what the number was. I think it's 55, 57 depending on drops. And all these will increase depending on like your tank time, right? If you get 11, everything is plus 1 seconds. 14, 12, everything's plus 2 seconds. But other than that, and yeah, that's about it. That's the most you could do as the main rusher. But if you're the once you do the site, if you do it as quick as possible, the rest is really dependent on your team to clear the end and get to the end fast enough. But I don't remember the numbers exactly. I think 53 plus should be 1330 with a good team. Like good, if your team gets to the end, it does the end, and then everything above that is added seconds. So if you get like 57, it should be 34. And also there's a method too for the end, for the second people or the helpers to get there a little quicker by running it and then like headshot spamming. But that's not that important. And also the ending, I didn't really discuss it or put a video on it. It's not really that important. But pretty much, as a second rusher, you want to get to the end. Make sure your guy is, help your guy if he needs help. I mean your main rusher. But pretty much you just want to grenade the end and upload as soon as possible. And yeah, pretty much that. Yeah, I mean, that's it. That's all I have to really discuss. Let me just do something. Alright, so that's generally speaking. Gonna be the full guide. Thanks for watching. Yep.